Hey guys, Shadowrunner here. I thought I'd just make a video while I'm driving into Chicago. It's a Sunday morning, so I kind of been wanting to make a video for a while, but I don't have my luchador mask right now, so I'll kind of just be recording as I drive here. So forgive me for that. A couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. I actually been wanting to talk about for a few weeks. I don't know if you guys remember that I've always said within my videos that you have to strategize and you have to figure out what works for you. Part of the reason why I haven't done a lot of videos is because I've been trying to figure out this Chicago market, which is absolutely insane. Out in Orlando, I have my routine for every day of the week of what I needed to do at what times. Out here, it's an absolute disaster. Everything is so off the wall. So it's taking me a while to figure out my strategy for what I want to do. With that said, I've a couple of things I figured out here in Chicago, and this goes for anybody who drives in Chicago or anywhere else. Is you have to figure out how the market moves. Now, I'll tell you something about this Chicago market with Postmates, Uber, Amazon, and Lyft. They give you so many guarantees to make extra money. It's unbelievable. It really is. Here's the kicker. To get those guarantees, it takes up quite a bit of time and days, which means that you can only do one or the other. You can either only stick with the Postmates guarantee, which is whatever it may be, maybe 70 rides for like $800 or something like that, or 70 deliveries for $800, whatever it may be. You can't mix them up. Like, you can't do Uber and Lyft because it just takes too much time, and there are time limits on these guarantees, but the guarantees are always there. It's just a matter of when you get them. So, for example, Friday through Monday or Tuesday for Postmates, if you do 80 deliveries, maybe 70 or 80 deliveries, whatever it may be, you get an extra $800 to $950, whatever it may be during that time. And the quicker you get it done, then you can move on to the next guarantee of the next, like maybe for Uber or whatever it may be, to try to work on that. You can maybe just get two guarantees, but it's pretty hard to get two guarantees in one weekend. As for myself, I still haven't hit any guarantees, to be honest with you. I've been trying to figure out what days are slow and what days are hard, and it's just so difficult to find out. I had to actually start writing it down. So this weekend, I was supposed to have worked on my Postmates guarantee, but I didn't get invitation to do that because you have to be invited to partake in that the Postmates guarantee through email, and I didn't get that. I'm not really sure why, but it is what it is. Another thing I'm thinking of changing over to is maybe getting a scooter, a moped, and going to downtown and working off of a moped out there, because I've seen people walking on Postmates. You can walk, you can use a bicycle, obviously a car, a van. I've actually seen skateboarders, which I thought was the funniest thing I've seen. Skateboarders doing Postmates. I thought it was amazing. They were young, and they were on skateboards just making deliveries, which I thought was cool. Other than that, not much has been going on. I'm still trying to get adjusted to Chicago, or readjusted to Chicago, I should say. I haven't been doing a lot of Uber because, well, I'm gonna just say it this way. After being in Florida for 2 years and coming back to Chicago, I've realized that Chicagoans are a bunch of arrogant, unhappy people, to an extent. Not everybody, but the majority. So I've kind of phased out of doing Uber. They can be pretty nasty people, and even if you go all out, said, it is what it is. And I would have realized that unless I had moved to Florida and seen how different things are over there. Not to say that it's perfect in Florida, or I should say Orlando, but it is a lot different. I do miss Orlando, so I'm planning to go back in about 3 years. Hopefully 3 to 5 years. I'll have everything together that I need to do what I need to do out there. I'm trying to phase myself out of doing all of this independent contracting. So I've been working on different things. Let me see what else is there. I do want to give you guys a video on my van, the van that I use. It is a black Dodge 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan. It's a wonderful van. I love it. It has so much space, room, and I'll give you guys a video on that. Along with how I worked it out there in Orlando. I put a DVD player in it. I had that installed. It wasn't too expensive, and that's one of the things that upped my tips. What else can I talk about? I've done maintenance. I had to do quite a bit of maintenance on my car, but not too much. Just the normal wear and tear, which is all right. It's all part of the process of being an independent contractor. I don't know if I should say this, but I gotta say this: that my taxes went wonderful. I didn't have to pay much because I had a lot of deductions, so I did very well with that. And I was ecstatic to the outcome of my taxes. I just don't want to say too much because you just never know who's listening. With all 5 of you guys. Let me see. Downtown Chicago. Oh yeah, I've actually had a few experiences out here in downtown Chicago, and I think I might tell you guys those stories at a later video. I just kind of wanted to keep this short just to let you guys know that I'm still alive and I'm still putting out videos. It's just that it's taking me a while to get everything together out here. By the way, anybody that does Amazon in Orlando, you guys, if I remember correctly, we only had one warehouse that we had to go to. Out here in Chicago, you get so many options. You get, let me see, I believe it's 5 or 6 warehouses that you can go to pick up black sand. On top of that, you got you have where you can pick up regular pickup and deliveries like from restaurants, and then you have blocks for restaurants, just specifically for restaurants, where they'll assign you a staging area next to a restaurant for about 45 minutes, and if nothing moves there, they'll move you to a different restaurant, which I think is pretty cool. I really like that. Those are really hard to get because I think people bought them. I rarely see them, but usually when I do get to see them, I've gotten a few of them. It's been about $90 to $120 for an hour and a half of work, which is pretty amazing because it's guaranteed 90 to 120 no matter what. And out of the 4 blocks that I've gotten, 3 of them I didn't have any deliveries to make, so it was pretty much free money just for doing sitting around doing paperwork and watching Netflix. And other than that, I mean, there's not, like I said, there's not much else. I'm kind of trying to get readjusted to this cold. It's 50 degrees out here. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, and the 50 degrees out here is a lot different than the 50 degrees from Orlando, that's for sure. And if you notice how gloomy it is out here, that isn't the camera. This is how it always is here in Chicago. Usually always gloomy anyways. Let me see, just a shout out to any of the guys out there that, asked me, to post up again, and still kind of out there letting me know that they want to watch a few more videos. Like Orlando out here, there's a lot of road construction. A ton of it, to be honest with you. What else is there? I guess I'll give you a quick story. Out here, I was working downtown Chicago, and I didn't even like working downtown Orlando, which is a lot easier than downtown Chicago. But I tried it just to give it a quick look, look-see of how it was. And I had this gentleman sitting on my driver's side, or the passenger side, I'm sorry, on the passenger side while I was driving. And he kept getting mad at me that I wasn't driving closer to the car in front of me. As you see on the space I leave between me and the car in front of me, that's I always do that because of, I kind of explain to him, if I get hit from behind, that's not my fault. But if I get hit from behind and then from that impact I hit the guy in front of me, then it becomes my fault, when with that impact, because I was too close. So he got so agitated that as we were still driving, we must have been about going maybe 10, 15 miles per hour, he literally jumped out of the car and started running towards his destination. I didn't know what to say about that whole thing, and I got pulled over by a police officer because he wanted to know what the hell happened, why he jumped out and everything. I kind of explained to him that I was an Uber driver, and the guy was agitated, and I mean, he left me off the hook. He saw that I still had my Florida plates on. I finally changed my plates to Illinois ones, but he left me off the hook. He just started he kind of laughed it off. The cop was pretty cool, He was like, "Yeah, that's how these crazy people are from out here downtown Chicago." Which every passenger I've had, and I told that story to, they all seem to agree that the downtown Chicago people are nuts, which is fine, I guess. It is what it is. Nobody was hurt. Let me see. So that was one of my stories. The other one was I always let people. I don't block intersections. But when I am at like a certain place, I always give people, like when they want to turn into the lane, to the lane where I'm driving at, and they may be coming out of let's say, gas station. I kind of I let them go ahead, just give them an opportunity, and it's just kind of my way of hoping that all they do it to the next person. At some point, it all catches on where everybody's courteous. I had the van full of there was 6 Cubs fans, and they started booing me because I was being too courteous and too nice. So I just thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was pretty funny with them booing me like that. They still tip me $15, which is pretty cool. Only tip that's another thing. That's the only tip I've ever received is $15 since I've been here doing Uber. These people won't tip for squat. Man, I remember telling you guys that I could easily make over $100 just in tips alone a day. That nowhere near that over here. People just won't tip out here. I don't know why that is, but that sucks. It really does suck. Well, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up and hopefully put another video out today if I have some time. I'm actually thinking of putting out start putting out videos about places to eat out here in Chicago, just in case you guys ever show up. The best places to find what type of foods. So if you guys are interested in something like that, let me know. The 5, 6 of you guys, or however many subscribers I have, let me know, and I'll try to excite this up a little bit more. But right now I'm still about maybe 20 to 30 minutes away from Chicago. I do have Uber, Lyft, Postmates, and Amazon on just in case. So I'm not straight driving to Chicago. If I come across anything, I'll do to kind of help me out with this deadhead. Normally I wouldn't be doing this kind of a trip where I'm just directly driving in there on a weekend. The problem is I missed 2 days of work this week because I had things to do, so I have to kind of work today. Whereas opposed to me not having to work or it being an option, I have to make up for those 2 days that I missed. All right, guys, take care, and as always, keep on running. Take care, and God bless.